Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Milgauss, reference 116400. You can see and you can purchase this full stainless steel Milgauss on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch, with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Rolex Oyster Perpetual Milgauss. Now, the modern Milgauss was debuted at 2007's Basel World. In a lot of ways, it's a distillation of Rolex's history and some of its modern, postmodernist tendencies. The humorous assemblage of colors and character on the dial, the reprisal of the 1950s era lightning bolt seconds hand, and the balanced, handsome, and versatile character of the case and bracelet make this a watch that could be worn almost anywhere by anybody. It has a more cheerful disposition to it than the similarly specified Rolex Explorer. Completely singular, it's a little bit of an anomaly in the modern Rolex catalog, and for that reason, oftentimes this is the Rolex that appeals to those who are not explicitly into the brand. In that sense, it represents a little bit of a gateway watch for non-believers. 40 millimeters across the round of the case, not inclusive of the crown. It has a good modern size. It's not oversized. It's a little bit thicker than you might expect due to the internal structure and the soft iron cage protecting the movement from magnetism. 13 millimeters thick, but you can see with the generously sloped conical bezel, it easily slides underneath the dress cuff. One of the interesting features of the modern Milgauss is though it features the same solid center links and end links as other Rolex watches of our era, the specific bracelet used on the Milgauss does not actually project beyond the lugs, so though the solid end links are there, they don't extend the watch beyond the extremity of the lugs. So you measure this watch from lug to lug, and it is a true 49.5 millimeters across the wrist. The bracelet doesn't extend it in any way. But the bracelet, like the watch, is extremely solid. It's a little bit heftier than you might expect from a watch of this size. If you're used to other brands, you may be taken aback, first because Rolex continues to use a solid steel case back, and second because in the case of this model, pun intended, you do have that soft iron inner cage protecting the movement from magnetic flux. The bracelet, beautifully rendered, you can see. It's a combination of satin and polished finish, so it has a little bit of an upscale aesthetic, and that terminates in a beautiful modern Rolex folding clasp. You can see we're past the era of the clamshell. You simply pull the end, it pivots, releases the bracelet, and it opens and closes with a snap. Beautifully made. It also features Rolex's clever 5mm EasyLink incremental adjustment system, so you can take in or take out 5mm as activity, inactivity, hot or cold weather dictate. You can see this one never been refinished, in outstanding condition. Now, the Milgauss is a fairly simple watch. Conceptually, perhaps it's more cerebral than other Rolex watches. It's not a pilot's watch. It's not an explorer's watch. It's not a diver's watch. What it is a technician's watch. And because of that, because Rolex sought to minimize perforations of the cage, shielding the movement, it has no date window, so it's beautifully balanced. I dare say it's a little bit of a hipster's Rolex, hiding in plain sight. The advantage of the color being that the watch has more of a sense of humor, a nod and a wink to postmodernists. It sets the watch apart from the stolid, somewhat serious dive watch and even pilot's watch lines. The GMT, the Sea Dweller, the Submariner, the Milgauss really stands alone. There's the aesthetic balance, there's the addition of color. The matte black dial allows for spectacular contrast. This exact reference is discontinued. Today, the only way to get your Milgauss is with the GV, the Glace Vert, the green crystal. This one perhaps not quite going to those extremes. It doesn't scream, "Look at me," although it does have immense charisma. Now, the beautiful balance of the dial is matched with a thoughtfully arrayed combination of soft iron inner cage and time-only movement. Now, the soft iron cage protects the watch's sensitive metallic hairspring from high magnetic flux densities, such as you might experience in the presence of high-powered wiring looms, refrigerator doors, purses, and wallet closures. Originally designed for technicians and scientists in the high-tech, high-energy fields of the 50s, back when that was a burgeoning area of work and research. Today, it can't quite deal with the extremes of magnetism produced, for instance, by MRIs, but it's sufficient for almost all other applications. Not only do you have anti-magnetism, you have robust water resistance. It is 100 meters water resistant, so for everything short of hardcore diving, this is a willing companion. You may not be a technician, but chances are at some point you are going to jump in the pool, get thrown in the pool, wade in the surf, or take a shower with your watch, and the Milgauss will be ready for that. Of course, the entirety crafted out of Rolex's proprietary 904L steel, which does a great job of holding a satin finish or a polish as applicable. Finally, the caliber, in this instance 3131, 45 to 48 hour power reserve, automatic winding, hacking seconds, pull the crown, stop the balance. It does have additional magnetic shielding on top of the Parachrom Blue anti-magnetic hairspring, which is also a Breguet overcoil for resistance to positionally induced timing deviation. Finally, it features a full balance bridge architecture anchored on both sides with a free-sprung index for resistance to shock and vibration-induced timing deviation. You can see this Rolex Milgauss 116400 and purchase it on our website.